Hey folks, one of the cool things we use on the index page or the home page landing page is a background animation with an image. Let me just give you an example here. We have the features. We'll click on that. It'll take us down to a section in the page and we wait a few seconds and whoop, there we go. We have a mug and a keyboard image that sort of slide up into place as the user is reading the content. Well, we can change this picture out, but just so you know, depending on the template, the type of image and background that you use could have a big impact overall on what you see. The reason being is this particular image here is a bit of a cutout. So if you have a white background, you'll probably want to find an image with a white background is what I'm trying to say here. So let's just jump in and I'll show you how to change it up and you can figure out if it's going to look good. You just preview it. If you don't like it, you find a better picture. Okay, so let's just jump into Dreamweaver and let's go and open up the index page and let's go find the features section, because what we use here is a little bit of CSS and some other cool things. There's our skills and we're getting there. We go features. Okay. Excuse me. Right here we have this class of features background 1, and then there's some animation classes that we've added into it that provide the add the class of the slide in up, and then we have some data attributes that tell us how long we want it to animate for, and of course how long we want it to wait before it starts its animation. So the delay is how long it waits, the duration is how long it happens for, and the slide in up, that's the actual CSS animate type. Okay, with that said, how do we change the picture right here? Well, we're going to go to our site and our styles. If you have a theme.css, my apologies, I misspoke. It's not the theme.css. What we need to do is determine which specific style sheet is being loaded in for this specific index page. So we'd go up to the top of our page and we'd actually determine that first. We go to the current page CSS. Now, different index pages load different index.css. So what we're looking for is this first one right here, which basically has an index and then maybe a number, maybe not, but it's going to tell you which style sheet is being used specifically for this index page. It's located in the site styles pages folder, and it is the index.css that we want, not the theme.css. My apologies. So we go to our site styles pages folder, open that up, and we open up the index.css. Cool. So what we're looking for here is a class of, I'm going to scroll back down here just so you can sort of follow along, and then you can actually create your own classes once you know how it works. We'll go down to the features section. We've created a class called features bg1. So we're going to look for that class lower down on the page here of the index.css, or just look for it wherever it is, and there it is right there. This is the entire thing that makes it work. It is a class that loads in a background image, and then it's positioned right here. As you can see, we have a positioning of top, bottom, left, and right of 0, width and height of 100. So it's going to take up whatever available room there is. It's just going to be centered in the middle of the page, and it's going to load in this background image right here. So if we follow the path to this image, we're going to go to our themed images folder, sections, mug, keyboard, background.png. So themed images, sections, yeah, mug, keyboard, PNG. So there it is right there. This is the image that you would want to replace if you wanted a different background picture. So how do you figure out how big the image is? Well, you can, there's a bunch of different ways of determining an image size. Here's my cheat. I just create a new file, HTML file like so, go to the design view, and I just lazily drag an image right onto the page like so. Okay, there it is. And we look to the code view, and the width is 1231 and the height is 900. Okay, so that's the lazy man's way of doing it. I could go back into Windows Explorer and take a look at the image, or open it up in Fireworks or Photoshop. This is just my quick method of figuring it out for myself. So create a replacement image of 1231 by 900, or whatever the size of the image that you're working with. You can try different image sizes. I'd suggest trying to stick with what the original image size was, or close to it. But if you're using something like, 400 by 300 for a background image, it might look kind of small. Or if it's a digital camera picture and it's 6,000 by 4,000 pixels, it's going to be way too big. So that's how we determine sort of where the image is being loaded in from and what size to use. Now it's a PNG image, and we went with the PNG because then we can use semi-transparent images or images with backgrounds cut out, which work really well for this particular type of background image. As a matter of fact, if I open this up in my Adobe Fireworks for now, here we go. I'll just pop that open. I've reduced this to 66% of its original size, but you see that it's sort of a semi-faded out image on a, as you can tell, a translucent background. So it gives a real nice blend in, a blending effect. And I mean, you can do the same thing if you have the image chops. But if not, like I said, pick an image with a white background, and you should be okay. So whatever the background of the page is, get something close, and that'll look all right as well. And if, of course, you want to get rid of that background, you just go back into Dreamweaver, and you can just completely remove this background tag right there. Or in your index page, you can just change the div class. You can get rid of this entire div class right here. This class that says features BG1, yeah, that's an entire class. You can just yank it right out of the page, and it won't affect how the rest of the content in that section operates. It'll just go on as normal.